Hey, what's up, you guys? We're at Ray Outfitted, and today we're going to be taking on, or they're going to be taking on, quite a big little project. So, hold on. Let me show you what's inside this box first. Well, what do we got here? We're waiting for him to stop making noise. I think we're good. So today we're going to be installing a spare tire holder on my back. On the back door. So the one that I chose, I did a little bit of research online and I found a lot of spare tire holders that actually bolt to the metal on the door, and I didn't like the idea of bolting through that little tiny piece of sheet metal, especially when you've got a giant tire like I have. Because some of them are just, I don't know, they just didn't feel right. So doing some research, I found this one by Luminous. So it's aluminum, it's lighter, and it actually gets bolted to the frame of the van. So that's what we're doing today. Now you can make noise again.
Thank you for calling Luminous. Can you send me over some photos?
Absolutely. Okay, bye.
Talk to you soon.
I am finally putting myself a big chunky KO2 tire as my spare tire. So the reason why we need to do this project by putting the spare tire on my back door is that there's not enough room under my van where the factory tire goes. So we're putting this big beast on the outside. Oh, and it gets better. Check this out, you guys. And what, you think I'm gonna put a spare tire on my back door without doing this to it? Woo! Look at this thing. Oh, guys, it's gonna look so good to have that on that big chunky tire mounted on the back door. Heck yes. I drove all the way to the middle of Canada with no spare tire. And on my way out here, we had a big problem because I ordered another rim for my van, one of those ones. And the company that I ordered it from messaged me last minute and said, hey, sorry, we can't get it to you for like another 8 weeks. I was extremely angry. I didn't know what to do. I was in a panic because I wasn't about to drive back 5,000 more kilometers back to Vancouver without a spare tire on the back of my van. So I ended up messaging Tire Capital from Prince George, which was the tire shop that I bought the 4 rims and tires on my van from. And those guys actually don't ship tires. They're a tire shop. But the guys at Chrome let me see what I can do for you. So they ended up calling their distributor, and the cool thing was when they called the distributor, the guy at the distributor was like, no way, Vancity, vanlife, I'll watch his channel all the time. So the distributor actually shipped this here to Ray Outfitted, and there was a package here attached to it that says Attention Chrome, and I haven't opened it up yet. Ooh, there's a note in here. The note says, Chrome and CRUZ, keep the videos coming, bro. safe travels from Craig. So Craig from the distributor, high five bro and bro fist. Thank you for saving our butts on this one. And let's see what kind of presents we got in here. I like presents. Stickers. We all know I like stickers. So he gave me some beer koozies. Mayhem's the wheel that I bought. And also a little lanyard, a little Mayhem, sweet. And a bunch of Mayhem Wheels stickers. Craig, thank you. It took a little bit of finesse, but Ray Outfitted got this mounted for me. And I was originally going to DIY this project on my own because I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, you got to remove the back bumper. This thing has a plate on the back of it, which goes on the bumper plate. And then you put a spacer on that bumper plate, and then you put the bumper back on. I'm like, okay, I could probably do that. But I am glad I decided to leave this one up to a professional, because not everything from the factory comes to you perfectly in an easy install shape. This one, we don't know what the problem was, but we couldn't get this bolt into that one. Even when you hand tried to thread it in there, it only went down a quarter of a way, then stopped. So me, if I were to do this on my own, I'd have been screwed. So bringing it to a professional, then I didn't have to stress about this situation. He had to stress about it. He ended up having to tap a new thread all the way through this, then getting this bolt put into place. But it's on, it's mounted now, and when I called Illumines right away, I'm like, guys, we're having a problem. They answered the phone right away, so thank you guys for that. But the guys here at Ray Outfitted ended up making this thing work for us at the end of the day and took the stress off of me. Because DIYing a project like this, unless you've got the skills, my suggestion is leave it to a professional. So putting that aside, having this thing on the back of the van just makes the van look that much tougher. I was originally just gonna get a steely wheel, something simple, but I figured, you know what, since my van looks so good with these tires and rims on it, that I would match it up right here in the back. And there's been a few other ones I looked at, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Some of them actually bolt right to the metal, that thin little metal on the door. And I'm like, man, that's an awfully big tire to be bouncing around on something flimsy and cheap. So when it comes to your camper van, spend the money up front. Do things right when you're gonna do it. It's better to do it right the first time than have to fuss around with something that's gonna need to be upgraded later on. So let me show you this little rack and how it works. The top here is just mounted to the top bolt on the door hinge. This isn't taking the weight. The weight of this whole entire unit is rested down onto the frame. So it's bolted right back here onto the frame. You guys probably seen the clips a little earlier on. But all the weight is on the frame of the vehicle, making this thing pretty darn solid. Like I'm rocking my van back and forth. Pretty cool. So it's got a swing arm. Over here, it's got a little latch there on the back. You pull the latch, you give it a pull, and this arm swings all the way, wide open, out of the way. Now I can get access to my back doors just like I normally could. Easy peasy, simple as that. It's the bottom plate here for the unit, and that's where it gets latched into. And you guys can tell, man, this thing is pretty solid on the frame. Look at this, guys, and it just swings completely shut and latches back in right here. Ready? Done, just like that. Hey, I am pretty damn stoked. I spent years dreaming about having a van that looked like this. The tires, the ladder, the roof rack, the storage, the awning, the solar, the big swing arm back tire on the back door. This thing is completely ready for whatever I can throw at it now, and I'm so excited to be able to toss my van out into the backcountry. And we're not done making changes. We have some more really fun additions coming to my van and some upcoming videos. This thing is going to be polished off by the time we leave out here in Ontario. When I moved into my van, it was just a blank, simple van with a little white shark fin looking roof vent. And I always dreamed about living in something that looked this rugged and tough, because now I feel like the van suits my personality. It's taken me a long time and years of sacrifice and hard work to get where we are today. And if you guys are dreaming about these big, huge vans, honestly, guys, get into the one you can afford. And as van life allows you to put some money aside, you can make the changes just like you've seen me do over these last 3 years and turn your van into the home you've always wanted it to be. All right, you guys, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Take care.